Hello trader, welcome back to another live trading session. It's coming up FOMC in few minutes. Welcome back to another live trading session. Here is we are looking at this market to see where the trend is heading at the moment. Hello trader, welcome back to another live trading session here. Beginning another trading session. Hi again, thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome back to another live trading session. Hello, is that long time no see, brother? I'm back. Welcome. And I believe that you guys here, and if you are here, that's a big one. We had a previous session, a successful entry. Now we are looking at again another entry in this market. So let's see that where the market is heading at the moment. And as the market is trending here, we are looking for a possible entry based on the analysis. We will be doing a complete in-depth analysis that I'm waiting for all the members to come up to show up here. Thank you. I've been short since 10 p.m. started to fed. Yeah. Hi. Let's sell. yeah. I'm also looking to sell, but we can see there is a breakup structure. We are looking for this breakup structure. Once we can see the breakup structure completed, we can look for entry. The market, if you look at that here, is currently trending, and that's a good one. That if you guys look at that, the market is trending, and we are looking for a possible entry along the way here in this market. So if you look at the market is currently after this pullback, it is on a significant trend that you can see here in this market. And with this trend, the price action, if you look at that overall, currently in a pullback, and we could see that continuation back here in that market to create a potentially new lower low here we are looking at in this market. So let's see that where the price action is heading, and based on that we can look at entry. But firstly, traders, as you can see, there is a breakup structure. This is what we will wait for, a complete breakup structure. Then we will be getting into the trade. You can see there is a long wick, and I think that this breakup structure might create a new trading opportunity here, and that's what we are looking at for another entry back in that market. So let's wait to see where the market is heading. And with that price action, if you look at this from this high here, this is an entire breakup structure that you can see. And of that entire breakup structure, the market might be here. What I think that after this pullback could create a potential bearish movement that you could see here in that market. So let's see that where it is heading. And once the market reach that level, that you will be looking at that entry with a price action confirmation here in that market. So we'll see that where overall market trend reach and where the market is heading. And that being said, if you look at that, this is currently from here an initial bounce that you can see, and that bounce can create a possible pressure here, and could be that possible selling pressure here in this market to give us that entry opportunity for this possible drop back down to this key support area here in this market. And this current 5 minutes candle is important to see that if the market is going for a pullback, and with that pullback we are looking at this market to enter to a new area of value, and this is what we are looking at here for this new area of value. Hope that you guys are enjoying the live session that I'm doing every single day. Make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. So you can see this is an initial breakup structure. Now this breakup structure might be taking that market in a zone where it might get an overbought on the lower time frame as FOMC coming. I'm really passionate today to enter another possible best trade setup. You know, anything can happen. We had our previous session, we have entered, that has come out. Now this session as well, we are looking at here in this market to give another entry opportunity to see that where the price action is heading. Now we can see here there is a breakup structure. And that breakup structure might lead that market to trend back here. If you look at that, this is a one single move, and from the 1 hour that the price is trying to move up for another liquidity sweep. If the market failed that upside here, we might see that rejection. Before we look at the trade setup, also I would like to look at here that overall sentiment in the market. So let's see that where it is heading. Now if you look at that here, that you can see this is currently we will be looking at as today FOMC, we'll be discussing on the FOMC, and we know that there is a potential for a rate hold today, and you know at the end of the year there might be some hike, but today is hold. So we'll be looking at also the sentiment, which is a big part of trading. As you know that we always look at the sentiment, and here is what we see that this is what I was looking at today. Trump MOU is not final. If I don't like agreement, we will go back to dropping bombs. So this is the recent development. So what we could see, there are some disagreement in that deal, and so this is what Trump was saying, that if he doesn't like, he might go back to bomb the area. So if you look at the Iran warns of there are some also development from Iran. Iran warns of response if Israel does not stop Lebanon attack. So in both sides we see some heated conversation, but I think that if you look at that overall here, so far we saw there was a potential for, I think it was on Friday, to be signed up. That means that tomorrow, if the text, that means that I think there are some disagreement. If not reaching that agreement, there might be going back to again, because there is only two sides here. One is agreement, the other one is bomb. So it's now in between these two. So at the moment, from the the trader's perspective, that I would say, because there is still uncertainty and as FOMC coming, so I would consider that this is significantly at the moment XAUUSD to be possibly be bearish. So we might see that here downtrending move on gold, and therefore I'm looking at, if you look at our previous trade that we have opened was a sell trade, and I'm looking at a still potential sell trade here in this market. So here, if you look at, there is a breakup structure, and you see the immediate rejection of that breakup structure, giving it a high possibility rejection of this higher price here in that market. And that might be bringing that price action back below to the support area. And I'm ready for a possible entry. As you can see that overall market trend here is down at the moment, that you can see. And with the recent development of the tension rising in terms of the war, and also coming up FOMC, what I think that XAUUSD might be going back to the original direction of the trend. But still, we need to look at the price, and still we need to look at how the market is doing. And based on that, we are looking at entry opportunity here in this market. So let's see where it is heading. And by the way, traders, in the meantime, before we look at any trade setup, make sure that you like this stream, you like this the whole process of analysis, and there is a lot to take from here that we are discussing every single day: trading psychology, technical analysis, sentiment analysis. Probably a new in sentiment analysis, and I'm sure that very few traders do the sentiment analysis, and I haven't seen anyone literally exactly doing in the way that we are doing here. So don't miss out that opportunity, because the market is driven by sentiment. I have shown you over and over again, and I'm going to show you again today how the market is driven by sentiment. And whenever there is a strong breaking news, the market moves. So the only thing that you need to make sure that you are understanding that overall sentiment, and that's all. Okay, the next thing you need is just basic understanding of the market structure, and then you can speed up your learning and becoming as a trader. So let's see that here technically the market is creating that structure, and you could see that potentially the market to revert here back in that area. So there is a break above, and that might be what you could see here, that I would say that this is potentially creating possible another trading opportunity for this market. Though we see that overall we have seen previously uptrend, today the market is in a very critical level. You can see this is a narrow range on the daily so far, and with the upcoming FOMC, the market most likely be breaking out of that FOMC from this range here that you could see in this market. So therefore, breaking back to the upside, though this is a narrow range, we can look at is still an entry of that narrow range from that level. All right, so FOMC on what time? Okay, on retail sales, US retail sales, FOMC. So FOMC later today, if you guys looked at that coming up, FOMC, so which is coming in a few hours time from this time of this, very important in terms of, so FOMC as well as NFP. These are the two biggest event that we need to look at here in the market. So you'll see that where it is heading, and this is what we are looking at, that overall direction of the trend. And if you look at that here, that you can see the market is slowly trying to break to the upside here, and I think that break can create this pressure. That break can create that selling pressure here in this market. Trump will also be speaking. Okay, so that's increasing the volatility. 3:30 p.m. USD, President Donald Trump speaks. Yeah, so with the Trump's that's why you can see the market slowly breaking out of the structure, and this is what we are looking at here. Now if you look at that overall, and that is what we are looking at, if you look at that overall, the market structure, this is the resistance level, and most likely that the market is going to a breakout with that upcoming speech, and that breakout might lead that price back in the major direction of the flow. So we might see that with the upcoming FOMC can create a huge volatility, and now in this zone what we can see, you see the market is slowly trying to push back. Now look, I'm open for both. Okay, I'm open for both breakout or breakdown. All right, I would like to know what's your bias. If you look at the daily, the market in a very narrow zone. It's kind of a mini triangle is being formed on the daily, that if you look at, okay, and if you look at the 4 hour, it's a little bit of upside. Now this we open our previous sell trade here, and it's creating it's a one candle range, another way to say. Now usually this kind of market structure needs to break in one direction for trending in the other direction. Okay, so you could see the market is going either direction. Okay, can be at the same time, right? But now for us to be able to enter, we want to see that it has created a significant false breakout. That means that grab the liquidity from one area. That's what we will be able to see that the market to move. So if you look at from this support, the market is trying to push here back above, and so it's trying to break here. And because there is a significant bullish move so far, has reached a very important key zone that I will be here as coming up, Trump's speech and also FOMC. the market might slowly break out of this consolidation, because this consolidation has gone a lot. What was the reason for sell? As you said, okay, so we had a sell trade earlier, breakout structure. Now the market is breaking out, so it might start a trend here. I would like to keep open directional bias until we see confirmation, and I am now just observing with all of you to see either this market is breaking back to the upside for a new higher high, or just going to this resistance and ranging, or coming down. So if you look at the market has reached this key level, this is a key resistance line, and off that key resistance we might see that the price to eventually come back down here, or we could see another new higher high. But my entry, I would like to enter from an overextended zone. If the market goes up one more bounce, that's gonna be a good entry point for us to look at. I'm still short, got a good entry to trade a chance. Let's see that, and I would say that it's better to remain that open. You're still short until we see that this breakout that currently we can see here. That is only for me to see that there is a, until this breakout, I was solely bearish. Now we saw there was breakout, and that breakout might be signaling some kind of bullish bias that we will be able to see if the market failed to create a new higher high from 4334 and then reversing back. Welcome traders, welcome back to another live trading session. I hope that you're enjoying. Make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. We are trading with the best possible entry setup. We had our previous trade also successfully closed in profit that I'm looking at here for another entry to successfully close in profit. Thank you. And the market has reached that key level, and we're looking forward to see that the market to break this high here. Okay, here we see short-term upside. I'm waiting for manipulation. Yeah, this is what you need to look at for a break of structure. That means that manipulation. Once we see the market has gone that break of structure, we are looking at that entry. Thank you. So here it shows a bullish bias. So far you can see that it shows that bullish bias. And with a liquidity sweep that you can see of that, we are looking for that entry back here. So it reached the current level of resistance line that you can see of this zone. And with this reaching to that current level of resistance, we are looking forward to see that if you look at this is the after this red, instead of breaking below, we saw that there was a break back to the upside. That is something that we need to now look at. If the market is reversing off that level, or you could see that rejection back below here. So if you look at that level, this is a current level of support where the market is at. And from that, it's still maintaining this upside bias that we are seeing. Which is a complete breakout. So approaching that new area of value. I'm waiting for my Trump will speak after 1 hour. Look like sell. Okay, so let's look at again from the first. Okay, it's important to see. Now looking at the daily, right? So if you look at the daily, this is the daily price action, and I always look at the market from fresh perspective. That always give me a better understanding of where the market is heading. So if you look at this is the daily price action, where the weekly also that there was a gap open. We are almost nearing to the end of the weekend. The market after this first day, the market has moved, and then it's on a consolidation here. Daily 1, 2. So this is last 2 days the market in narrow range. Now from here, okay, you could see that here the market in a narrow range. This is a very critical zone that from here the market can go in any direction. So the market can go in any direction that you can see of this. Now, as the market can go in any direction here, so if you look at that, there is a possibility for the market to, if you show that breaking to the upside or breaking to the downside. However, in the beginning we saw there was nothing, but there was a breakout here, right? So if you look at that, the market here, the market has initially, earlier that we have seen, the market has reached that level, okay, and also created that low. So it's a narrow range that you can see here. And now after break of this high, we can see the market tested the low. I was planning for a sell, and the market has, there is a you can see the rejection here back above. Now this rejection looks like that we might see that some short-term bullish pressure, as if we add the fundamental or the sentiment that the Trump will speak Okay, that's a sentiment. Okay, now this sentiment is important to look at. So we'll be waiting to see. For the looking at the structure, I am anticipating a reversal today, since price has created low resistance in the upward move while it's leaving a pool of liquidity on the downside and a gap on the weekly open. Did you enter, sir? No, I haven't entered yet. Yes, the market in a if you look at that in a very important level that you can see here, okay, and this zone the market at could go in any direction. Okay, 4-hour chart shows that the market is trying to push back here to the 4-hour. Also still 1 hour to go, and this we need to look at the observe the price action. If it started to trend up, why not going long? If we see that, I'll be back in less than a minute, guys. We'll be back. Okay, I bought the third M15 candle, just close 90%. Okay, so here the market structure now shows possible bullish bias. You can see the price action is showing that there is a potential for an upside. Look at the 1 hour, the market has shown a short-term bullish bias. All right, so here if you look at the 5 minutes, also shows short-term bullish bias. This is the recent level of support. So from here that you can see the market has created that initial breakout. Okay, so with that initial breakout, we can sell here. Not yet. I don't see as a potential selling market at the moment yet. There is a bit of a stronger bullish price action. This might go here little further upside. There are two reasons. One is that technically we can see that breakout. Secondly, looking at the sentiment, now you can see that the sentiment is now little. There is a FOMC today, so the market might remain little volatile here, and you can see that it's coming down, but until you see an entire breakup structure and trending below, it still can push back again in that area. So that's why we will be looking to see that what is overall directional bias here. I hope that you guys getting my point. Now, as soon as we can see confirmation, we will be looking at the trade setup. Right? Patience is key. And we had you see that 3 trade setup, back to back, 3 of them, all of them winner, right? For those who are in the group, you know that. Also for those who are in the live, also have seen that. So in a row, right? So in a row that this week's trade, came out to be so this week in a row, and I've shared the update also. Okay, so this week in a row and looking forward for more. Okay, this is the result of patience. If you are patient, you're gonna keep winning, guys. in every aspect of your life. So be patient. Not trading is also trading, because this is where you started to develop a trading psychology. Here the market, if you look at the way it is forming, can create bearish pressure or can create a bullish pressure. I'm open in both direction until we see the market shows a clear directional bias. You need to look at it. It is in supervision, right? Superposition, not supervision, superposition. So superposition is when both remains in place. So the both direction is superposition. The problem, I am trading with you, but I am making 0.01, so I don't see big profits. Okay, no, that's a very common phenomenon. So for those who are trading 0.01 or even 0.1 lot, 0.01 or 0.02 lot, the first thing that you need to, guys, make sure that your account size matches with your size. Trading 0.01 lot all the time will never make you profitable, even if you have profitable strategy. Neither trading a big lot also always will make you profitable. Now at the moment here it's showing that there might be some downside move, but we are not on the trade is because we'd like to see how the market react to these levels. Anyone here else trade 0.01 lot in a live account? In a demo account you can trade 10 lot, no problem. 20 lot, 30 lot, as long as it takes the order. But in a live account, do you trade 0.01 lot? Anyone else? Okay, yes, anyone? Okay, all right. So look, if you are doing for just learning purpose, I'm trading 0.01 to 0.1 on a challenge. Okay, if you are on a challenge, then yeah, for learning purpose you can, just for learning purpose. So if you are finding it, let's say, difficult in understanding the lot size, that you must need to trade on fixed lot, then what I would suggest is get an idea or approximate lot. So what you can do, this is what I did when I begin. I was finding it difficult to every time lot sizing. So what I did, I created a chart where, especially on gold, every 100 pip for my account size, how much lot. So let's say every 100 pip for my account size, if it is 0.1 lot, all right, then I have gotten quick idea. So if I see that there is 40 pip stop loss, I just go for 0.04 lot. If I see 50 pip stop loss, then I go for 0.05 lot. So that way you can have a quick understanding of your lot size. So you can just roughly go. That will not give a big difference in terms of your lots. I think that's the best way to do that. 0.01 in demo, scalping. Okay. Sometimes 0.1, very obviously, when I'm online with you, give me confidence. Yeah, this is what we do, guys. Together is always confidence, right? This is what the human brain is weird now. You know that if you keep a human in the middle of the jungle where there is nothing, without anything, that human will kept going insane, right? Because from very beginning of the human race, even with insects, they stay always together, right? That's what it's very important, because the brain looks at that. Now, it's a human being or social creature, but now this time, this is, I would say that it's now a kind of blessing for us, that we can have, an online platform where you can meet, trade, do a lot of things, because the time has gone where the physical interaction has dropped significantly. I'm not sure how much you are aware of, because I remember from very beginning of my career, and I see that now it's dropped. So this is now new way to interact and get in, especially since the COVID. Okay, if you look at in 2020, before 2022, 2020, before COVID, there was, even people didn't imagine that they will only be online, and that. But since the COVID, everything has changed, because the setup has changed. When some kind of, it's called a paradigm, some kind of paradigm has changed and developed, it goes in that way. So it's not gonna go backward again. If it wants to go backward, the thing is that something like that cannot go backward. If it wants to go backward, that's gonna be, it's like a, let's say you put a lot of, like, the blocks on the way, like that, right? A lot of blocks, and you just tilt it one and fall onto the other. Now it's gonna keep like that. It's gonna keep going like that. Let's imagine that you just flip that. What will happen? It's gonna, like, if you look at it, the universe will get confused, right? So this is what that's why it has to go, that's the norm of the universe, right? So here you can see the market now pushing here back in that area. I guess you are here. Big game, or we can find a sell for buy. So here, at the moment, that's why I'm not entering in a trade. You can see it's just little. The market trend is still not fully clear. It might just move potentially in a sideways. Okay, so after this drop, it's pushed back, and I think it might now try to retest the low again. I'm still not directionally very clear. So here the market showing its bias that you can see of that. So here quite a few long week candlestick pattern that you can see of this level. So if you look at, this is a narrow area, and off that narrow area the market might be here going for another wave. WTI, it's also buy. Please click before. Okay, so let's see that what happened with the WTI. WTI has, I wouldn't consider it buy at the moment because there has been significant a downtrending move on WTI that you have seen has happened of this. So which might be showing that the market to remain here in the major direction of the trend, that could see WTI is coming back below if you look at that overall trend. So therefore, if you look at that, this is currently in a downtrend, and WTI might be here breaking that low that you could see here in this area. So WTI, if you look at that overall, the direction of the market is in a downtrend at the moment. So the market trend could remain here in this area to be bearish on WTI. Yeah, market needs fuel. Still sure waiting for really choppy day today. I really, what I would say that I appreciate a choppy day is because after a rainy day there is a sunny day, right? So when there is a choppy day, there is potential for bigger move. Okay, so you can see the market choppy means that the bigger the consolidation, the stronger the breakout. That's how the market does all the time. Looks like it's already did breakout on 5 minutes. So there is a recent news: United States retail sales expanded by 0.9%. So this is a recent update. There is United States retail sales expanded by 0.9% in May. So retail sales in the United States increased to 763.7 billion in May. The U.S. Consumer Bureau reported on Wednesday. This print allowed the 0.5% expansion recorded in previous month and came in absolutely. So this is another, that if you look at that, I think the DXY, okay, so look at the DXY here. This is where there is a initial move, and I think with this news the market has picked up again back in the major direction of the trend. So now, don't you think the DXY is going to go back again to the high? What's your bias? Share your thought and opinion. If that's the case, how can you say the gold will be strongly bullish? And I think that depending on if DXY come for a deeper pullback, that gold is potentially be going for a break of structure. So this is the current level of resistance that you can see where there is a trend line. All right, so this is a trend line that you can see of that. And because there is a trend line here of this 10 and 20 EMA, the market is trying to push back here, could be creating another bias. So that being said, with the current, if you look at that, retail sales shows that there is, with the data on dollar index that we have seen, the NFP, CPI, followed by retail sales shows a stronger dollar confluence. So that I would say that this is a strong confluence for the economic activities, and that's why you saw there was a stronger move earlier, and with the as we trade most of the currency against dollar, so that means I will still be remaining, dollar is still could remain firm. And if you look at that here, USD JPY, also with this movement the market might be here breaking back towards the upside here on USD JPY, that you can see. And therefore, looking at that overall picture on USD JPY, that you have seen the market has stopped to that support and it is maintaining this trend line that you can see on USD JPY. And with yen and dollar getting, if you look at that, strongly bullish. Okay, so that said, looking at here on XAUUSD, so this is a, if you look at that 30 minutes price action from this support here, that move. Now this move that you can see could be here bouncing potentially back towards the upside here. Now what I think that this movement could maintain its bullish bias that you could see for short term, right? And we are looking at short term trade, we are looking at the 1 minute. This might sometimes create little confusion, I'm telling you guys. Sometime you see that bullish bearish, bullish bearish. Should you be buying or selling? Always look at the multiple time frame. What is happening on the 4 hour can be very different on the 1 minute or 5 minutes, because in a 4 hour candle, unimaginably 1 minute candle, right? 60 minutes in 1 hour, 61 minute candle, and 241 minutes candle is a huge candlestick. So during that time on 1 minute you could see a strong bullish, a strong bearish. So therefore all language will not be applicable to all time frame, and that's why you always look at the multiple time frame. And that is why I always, in the beginning of the live session, that I always mention that, guys, what I'm saying, suddenly don't jump on a trade, better to wait patiently. When I'm entering, I will be explaining why I'm entering, and then you can match it for your setup and then see that if you can look at that one as well. But learning is more important here, understanding that overall the market direction. All right, so here at the moment, we see that there is an initial bounce of this market. We had our previous sessions trade that you guys have seen that. I only pay attention to one time frame at a time. Multiple time frame can confuse me or confuse you. Okay, confuse you. Okay, yeah, that means you means me. Okay, so if you say you, that means me. Sometimes language differs, right? So if you look at multiple time frame can confuse you, so I should read it confuse me. Okay. Each time frame can show a different trend. Even if multiple time frame can confuse me or you, still it is important to look at the multiple time frame. It's very important, because otherwise you won't get a overall view in the market. If you get experience, probably you can have some. Now looking at daily chart, that you can see the daily trend shows that at any point you could see the trend can break below. Okay, but if you look at the lower time frame, they show different picture. That's very important to look at. So here, if you look at that, these days was not good. That was, I can say, maybe because of FOMC news. There is the market is in a significant trend, but we opened quite a few positions recently, and I have shared already. Most of them open on live, right? Patience is key. Have a drink. I just need to have a one glass of drink. It's not here, so we'll be back on, and then we'll be starting again. Is there any water? All right, so. Okay, so here at this level, the market is trying to again it's breaking to the upside. we are bouncing off that level. Waiting for sell of confirmation. Music sound is very low, slow, a little bit, make it high. Thanks for the update. Let's have little music up, and then we'll be looking for little have some warming up, and the market trend is up. Shows a stronger bullish bias here for this time being, at least, as the speech is coming on Trump. Three long wick here. We might be finding a short-term trading opportunity here. I might go for an entry very soon. It might be a quick entry, so just letting you guys. So here I will be opening a buy position. This is going to be a quick, very fast moving trade, and I'm keeping a very smaller stop loss for this movement because I would like to take a short-term move here. This is currently, if you look at that overall, the market is in a sharp trend. So here I will be keeping a very smaller stop loss, even if I am stopped out, which will be around 47 to 50 pip stop loss here for a possible upturn back of this. If the market drops here, I will be stopped out with a very smaller risk. Stop loss placing at 4338.20, which is less than 50 pip. Okay, and TP target was setting here 4349. So I might close it very shortly. It's a very quick trade. It's a scalping trade because the market had significantly moved already. So here I'm looking at a short-term potential move back in the major direction of the trend. So if it goes below, that will be stopped out with a very smaller pip. If it goes up, we'll be taking that full. At the moment, this is currently in an uptrend, so I'd like to take this potential move back if the market goes successfully above this level. It's trying to break that high. We entered late. I think that there's still buying pressure. There's a rejection. So in the market consolidated in that area. There is a last moment, there is a break of structure. So we got out with this trade, and we got out with this trade. The market might, in the last mode, you see there is a there's the 4-hour candle close, break of structure, and okay, this might so let's take another look. Yeah, yeah. There is a entire a break below. This market might, it failed to create a higher high, so potentially to come back and create a lower low. And yes, with 100 pip stop loss, about 100 pip stop loss, I will be looking to go short. Stop loss here. Yeah, we have to look at now possible downside. Stop loss placing 4348. The market sentiment changes. And take profit here at 4324.29 and looking at sell entry. It was so the bias now became from the technically to fill that zone. Okay, now this trade we will be looking at look at that here, 100 pip stop loss, around 100 pip move. If the market shows that, will be okay. Yeah, at the level, at the current market level, I opened that. So the market is still can move in any direction, but here if you look at that, this is a 5-minute candlestick pattern closed, and okay, so if the market goes again back to fill that week, that could happen. Otherwise we could see straight coming here back to the support, to the daily support. So wait for the market to show. Yeah, I'm on a sell trade now. It's gonna, if it shows that another wave of bounce, that's gonna be like, if it goes up, it goes up, can't do anything about it. But I think the market, if you look at the 4-hour here, this session has especially before any high impact news, the market gets really unpredictable. Get a new higher high. So so if this move fails for creating a new higher high, that can bring that market down back. Let's see that what kind of market structure is creating. If you look at the market is in a narrow area. Okay, getting the reaction of that. Okay, little surprising move. So this with the candle close, it just grab liquidity of this level and started to move again in that direction. So now the price has reached, this is a very interesting move from here that you can see one single move back to the upside. So now the bias here that if the market failed to create a higher high, how will the news come up affect the market direction? So the market gonna be pretty volatile that you can expect. The market has reached from the, if you look at the daily price action, the price has reached that daily resistance line, and here we can see that the market is at this level where there is the previous resistance line here. So now this 5 minutes candle is important to look at. Okay, back to back few long wick candle. Now if this structure breaks below, that might be complete false break that can bring the market below, because there is a candle close. We'll be holding on to that. False breakout happen usually like that. That can happen. Okay, this candle close on the 5 minutes is quite important to see. So if you look at, this is a pretty narrower long candlestick pattern that you can see here, and So the market here, if you look at creating quite a few long weak candlestick, and that could be a sign of weakening of this trend or continuation, depending on how the market is doing now. Might break up. So there's a triple top. We might be going to see, okay, there is a break of structure here, and so 100 pip. Now, this is a very unusual breakout. Now, with this, I think this is due to mostly the current fundamental that you can see. How will news come up? Yeah, I think it's due to the fundamentals. So the market had entirely a breakout here that you can see of this, and now where the price is going from that level is the key to look at. So in our initial direction was actual, but the stop loss was that too tight, but that's fine. We can look for if you look at that, multiple entries here. The market is approaching this current level of resistance that you can see of that. Two trades profit, okay, and Now this is entirely upside now. From that zone, the 4-hour trend, say feedback. How will the news coming up? Because it shows that bullish bias, we need to look for a recovery trade here that I would like to keep today at least at break even. You know, we can look for a recovery trade, but we need to see that market has done enough pullback that can create that recovery trades. So this 5 minutes candle, we might see further breakout, and but you see that there is a 30 minutes candle also closing. Video is about 1 minute back with delay. Yeah, there are some delay. Not 1 minute, few seconds, I think. So look at that. So it has shown a stronger bullish confluence, and because there is a FOMC, you could see that it's potentially developing here back towards the upside. And this 5 minutes candle that I would like to trade it. All right, so here I will be opening a recovery position here, little wider stop loss here, because my main goal here is to take the full 100 pip so that we can go back to level. All right, so this is what I'm doing here. I'm opening just a buy trade, keeping stop loss below this low, 4340.46, slighter upper risk than the one that I have open. And with that one, I'm going to look at that buy here. So I have open buy here. And if we can take this 100 pip, we will be at level, nearly to level. Okay, that's the main point here. And I increase a little bit risk so that with that 100 pip, with the previous trade, we can go to the break even. So let's wait to see how the market react to that. It's an important price action that you could see. Now, one bounce that can give us the entire move. It's almost reached that resistance line because there is a breakout chances for the market to go even higher. If the market successfully goes here back, I have a little wider stop loss because this trade I want to secure potentially with the full profit target if possible. It's good, guys. Let it run here. Here, the only thing that we can keep that running. Okay, target here 100 pip. Okay, are you on it? This one can make us level if they successfully go. I'll be back. Come on, the market failed the move again here. Okay, so I'm still on it, and still looks like that we might see that move. Okay, doesn't look like that strong bullish again the market. Didn't follow the price action. I'll be exiting on the halfway, guys. Doesn't look very good move. I'm out with the halfway. It doesn't look to me that very strong move. It just the market is entirely due to potentially some rate news coming, and I'm entirely out. Okay, so I got another 50 pip minus. I'm on the halfway gone down, and the best way to look at now at the moment is to observe the price action to see that what kind of move we could see. See how the candlestick pattern is creating here at the moment. Now I will be waiting for further confirmation. Later today, before FOMC, we'll be looking to see. If you're in the group, I'm going to share if any update or trade that I'm entering. You guys can find link below this video for the group, which is open now. As better to see that, because there is, if you look at that, quite a few high impact news coming along the way, that the market usually before it takes a bigger move, the market creates very unpredictable price action, which is part of trading, and that's why you guys see that we had quite a few winning trades and few losing trades will come in the way. That's how trading is. The next one, looking for the best way to enter, and I'm here looking at the price action for that entry. If you're in the group, you can keep eye. Also, I'm coming on live every day twice. Tomorrow also will be there, and it's Friday, last day of trading week. Gonna be pretty exciting. We had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, and now Thursday. Tomorrow is in my zone is Thursday now, so probably you guys will see that another Thursday coming up, and then Friday. So we have 2 trading days still remaining, and we had 2 days massive winning, and 1 day didn't work out. But we have another group for those who are in the premium group. You can also check out our if you look at that, automated system as well, which also creates a very high win rate. That's why I keep few strategies running together so that I'm not trading with one strategy. As I mentioned, the market sometimes do very differently than what you have expected, and that's why trading with multiple strategy will give you always an edge in the market. Okay, very good. We had our previous trade gone in that direction. There's no trade such an reverse trade. The trade either will be in your direction or not. And that being said, thanks for joining, and I'll see you again very soon trading the next day in the market. And until that, stay well, stay happy.